What's going on, people? It's your man, the White Bee. Once again, big shout out to my dog, Shenanigans 067, for coming through with a 20 large. Bosh, respect, General. Okay, I just want to make a quick point as well. I just realised, you know, my chair be squeaking, yeah? Some of you, man, yeah, some of you, oh, White Bee, sort the chair out. Listen, man, what bread you got for me about sorting the chair? What do you think this is? You think my name's IKEA? Is that what it looks to you, man? Yeah? Yeah, sort the chair, YB. What you got bread you got for me, man? Yeah? That's what you want to focus on, corny sounding ass dudes, man. Come on, people. This ain't... Come on, man. This ain't the Ade Kabbalah check, man. This is the moody chair. This ain't a big green chair. Wait, come on, man. Where you see the big green chair at, man? We live in hand to mouth. This is the hand to mouth chair. Listen. Yeah? That's the hand to mouth. So every time you hear them noises, just think in your head. Don't hear the sound. Hear hand to mouth, yeah? The money comes in one hand and it goes out the other. Do you see that one there? It's called bills. So don't play with me about the chair. Yeah, this chair is a talisman of suffrage. Wickedness. Anyway, man, let's get on with today's video. Because you man be bugging, that's what you man be doing. Anyway, listen. Bosh. Okay. So we got some controversy regarding Turkish Alalshikh, man. Gonna lie to you. I have to be honest with you, man. It's getting a bit wiggy. It's getting a bit. What's that word? You know, Mad Max. What is that word for Mad Max? I can't think of the word. Yeah, in Mad Max, there's a bunch of madness going on. It's probably a bad analogy to use, but it's getting like a bit. Ooh. So. You've seen the title of the video, but I won't start there. We'll do the provenance for you, man. So, 3 months ago, Turkey comes out, and everyone's proper wanking themselves off. Oh, Turkey's cancelled pay-per-view, which I saluted him for recently. It took me about 2 months to do the video, but when I did get to the video, I said, fair play to Turkey. He making it do what it do, right? And here's the video of, you got this plumber here, Coppinger, hanging out the back of him, saluting him for cancelling pay-per-view.
And we look at all the great cards already that you and Riyadh season delivered, right? 2 Usyk Fury fights, Dubois Joshua, Crawford Madrimov with deep undercards. These were all pay-per-views. Now they're going to be available to fans, bigger audiences, bigger for the sport, and I think it's a big win for the sport all around. My question is, this is going to start in November, right? What do you think this is going to do for David Benavidez, Anthony Yard, Devin Haney, Brian Norman, and the rest of the guys to fight in November without pay-per-view?
I think this is easier for the fans to see it. We will try to make it also in the time that England and America is good for the fans. Delay it a little bit from Riyadh. We want to be in the middle to win-win deal for all the fans in Middle East, in America, and in England, because this is the hugest market and we care about it.
Okay, so you heard the bars there, and I mean, listen, we said this at the time, and maybe I'm just slow, which is obviously possible. I could just be low IQ, but I'll give people one chance. I even gave Donald Trumpowitz one chance, right? But as I get older, you shouldn't even give people one chance. You just have to sit back in the cut and plot up and watch what they're doing, like a fox. That's what you got to do. Especially these top tier echelon Kabbalistic dons, man. You can't. They ain't playing. They know what they come on, man. It's all scripted and it's all scripted. No, they got it. Listen, man. Okie doke coming by design. They're always fixing to hit you with the okie doke. Because these man, yeah, the silver shekels that drop in their pocket. They're like goblins. You think, how much more you need, right? You got all this, you need more. That's what they need. At the end of the day, whether it's right or wrong, they fiend for the silver coins in their pocket, man. That's just what it is. Like a goblin. Green-eyed goblin, man. That's what it is. So, Turkey 3 months ago comes out. Yeah, whoop-de-whoop. November 22nd, Benavidez and Yard. We're bringing it to the Great Unwashed for free. And we bless the masses with this. Now, to me, to be fair, yeah, and Turkey's talked about this before. He said, oh, yeah, people be scamming. people, but listen, man, let me tell you something now about people who bump the Moody streams, yeah? Listen, let me tell you. A lot of cats won't get it, yeah? £25. £25. You see that one there? That is 2 hours of graft for the YB, of wage slavery. Right, you want me to forgo 2 hours of wage slavery? And most of the cards are Moody as well. Don't forget Stinko de Mayo. I feel sorry for the United States, man. They got bumped differently. I think it was like $150 or something like that. Double pay-per-view. Gosh, that's a violation. That's a violation. Yeah? What they should do, really, people are fair. Yeah? What they should do is, a revolutionary thing to do would be, well, not revolutionary, but you get the point. So listen, we're going to make an option where you can pay for the pay-per-view, and if it stinks, you can apply for a refund, rather than making it free. And if it's a good fight, most people, if I've watched a good fight, I have paid for a few pay-per-views, yeah, and if it's good, you feel like, alright, that's a fair exchange. When it stinks, yeah, that's when people are butthurt, end of the day. So that there needs to be incentives and need to be aligned. Good pay-per-view, good money. That's what it should mean. No, the argument is, well, no one would pay and they'd always... I don't think that's true, though. People wouldn't always not pay. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, Turkey was talking the most here, yeah, we've cancelled pay-per-view. I like his ideas, yeah, we're going to do it at 1 a.m. Well, it's not good for me, I'd prefer it to be at normal Riyadh time, but whatever, we can meet in the middle. That is fair. That is something different. Do it at a 1 a.m. main card start. Fine. But to come on there and say, yeah, it's scrapping pay-per-view and it's going to do massive numbers for DAZN, we then see this. Oops, where is it? Here. Benavidez versus Yard pay-per-view price set. The November 22nd Yard versus Benavidez pay-per-view is now available to purchase for $25 and $60 in the States. So I don't know. Listen, this news is breaking. This news is leaked. It might be the case that there's been a, what would you call it, operational breakdown, and there's some plumber in DAZN who just clicked the button to put the pay-per-view out. Does that make sense? Because this is a complex thing. Turkey isn't a DAZN plumber employee, right? He's not going to be there managing the day-to-day of DAZN. So if you're the plumber working operations and whatnot, you just see the fights out, and there could be a communication breakdown there. That said, and I think that, listen, I'll give it a fair chance. Obviously, if they rock on with it, and in fact, I do have to mention, although that's not a Riyadh card, Frank Warren said that maybe that's not Riyadh, to be fair, but he said that Chisora or Atalma might be pay-per-view, but that's not Riyadh. Don't lie to the masses. Again, I think I'm going to give Turkey the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he ain't been a proper weapon so far. He's kept it, and in fact, he's known for keeping his word. He says it, he delivers it, right? So I tend to lean, at this point in time, I might be wrong, but I tend to lean to there's been a communication / operational breakdown between what was agreed and what's been accidentally potentially implemented. But if it's not the case, and if they're just, that's what I mentioned at the start about Mad Max. The word I was looking for was dystopic, right? You got cats who just pop out, yeah, we're doing this, and do the opposite. Maybe dystopic is the wrong word, but it's messy, isn't it? Because you got this figure now in Turkey. A lot of man was hating from the jump. Oh, he's like a dictator or whatever else. And I did say this, yeah. Whilst there's hay, make sun. No, whilst the sun shines, make hay. Something like that, right? In terms of when Turkey first got on the scene, this has been the okie doke as old as time. You come in, a bit like DAZN really. You come in, spend a bunch of money, and eventually, bosh. So enjoy it whilst it's good. Make that hay. The sun be shining. It's one of them ones. And at this point in time, based on what we've seen here, and in fact, considering a lot of the Riyadh cards or whatever, they got a bit stinky, didn't they? What was the other one? There's been a few stinky ones where we've been like, oh, I don't know about that. It's fell off. It's looking more generic. It's looking more like the old school ones. One good fight. That was it, Canelo Crawford. One massive fight and the rest. listen, no doubt, I didn't watch any of the other ones, apart from Brandon Adams and Bochuk, but that wasn't even on the main card, that was on the prelims. But put that to one side, the fights might have been good, but it didn't have that, whoa, blow your head off, like it used to be. Like the 5v5 or whatever you want. It was a one and done, really. Most people were turning up for the Canelo Crawford. And Joe Blow wouldn't have known any of the names on the undercard at all. Joe Blow would not. And Billy. Okay, if you're hardcore, I didn't know him. I swear now, I've never watched Billy fight. I didn't even watch him fight on the night. I haven't seen him. And I'd like to think I'm certainly not a casual. We'd be doing this all day, right? So that shows you that it's fell off a little bit. And on top of it, he's already capping, potentially. Again, I'm gonna reserve full judgment until it's official. I don't think no one else has announced it. Let's see if DAZN have put it out. DAZN, $24.99 for Benavidez versus Yardy. Oh no, look. There's not. To be fair, this could be a moody. This could be hating. This could be some uncertain man hating. Fans call out Turki Alalshikh for Benavidez versus Yard pay-per-view U-turn. Yeah, wait there a minute. I can't see nothing though. Most of these links, Sports Illustrated have done a report on fans calling it out, but I haven't seen. There's no clean source. All the links are a bit moody. You know what I mean? There's no official links. There's no proper newspapers putting it out there. Normally the Sun newspaper will put it out. So maybe it's haters or they've already took it back. I don't know. But we have to... listen, it's one or the other, isn't it? Either Turkey's capping, is the king of cap, and we're going to get done bigly. We're going to take it, and it's not for long from now, man. It'll be $50. That's where it will be heading, man. It won't be $50 for me, though, and the Lord knows that, man. It won't be $50 for me, man. You best believe it. I'll be refreshing that stream. That's what I'll be doing. I don't give a... You see that one there? That's what it would never be for me. It could never be $50 for me. Yeah? That's for damn sure. That's what it could never be. Bosh. Alright, so... I had another bar for you, man. It's just gone now. Okay, Turkey... If Turkey, let's see, was capping. Or he could be... What was it? Cap. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I've lost a bar now. It's very annoying. But things, the trend in general, I think that's what I was going to say. The trend in general, the shows have got a little bit more mid. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, that was it, the Muhammad Ali Act. That was it. Muhammad. Is it Ed or Ad? Ali Act. At the same time, it's news about the Moody pay-per-view. The Backtrack pay-per-view, allegedly. Here we go. The California State Athletic Commission voted unanimously to back support for the Muhammad Ali Act. Okay, basically for the overturning of the Muhammad Ali Act, which enables your manager and your promoter, your promoter to be your manager. And Danny Garcia did a little video on it saying the problem with that is when managers are allowed to be promoters, or vice versa, when promoters more so were able to be managers, they'd be double dipping. Yeah? They'd be popping you in your pink and then in your stink. Straight up. Sorry, they'd be popping you in your stink and then put it straight into your pink. That's what they'd do. Take it. That's what they were doing, man. That's what he said, double dipping. I swear down, watch it. Danny Garcia said the problem with getting rid of the reason the Muhammad Ali Act was brought in was because of double dipping. So what promoters would do is, you've lost that layer of communication. The promoter knows how much the fighter could get paid. But since the promoter is also their manager, they don't tell them the real numbers. So let's say a fighter is actually worth, in normal circumstances, worth $1 million, right? Based on TV deal. Let's say HBO say, yeah, we'll pay this fighter, or this fight is worth $1 million, right? What the promoter does is, he says, great, yeah, I'll take that $1 million, and then I'll tell this cat here, HBO, they've told us it's only 250 we got. It's only 250 large we got for you. busted. You lose that. Normally a manager negotiates with a promoter. You've lost that follow through. I guess you could argue a manager could still negotiate, but a promoter is much less likely to be greedy if he's got to set a fair rate. And also the Muhammad Ali Act, it has to be public. Yeah, not public, but the fight has to know how much that show is generating, so you know if you're getting bumped. Without it, skullduggery can go on, and double dipping. So for example, the promoter gets $1 million from the TV network. He then tells you, yeah, there's only 250 around. So he's already took 75% of your He then takes 20% on top of that, because he's your manager. So you end up with what? 20% of 250, 50 grand off, you end up with 200 grand. And that's maybe an extreme example, but those are the incentives that the Muhammad Ali Act prevents promoters being super duper duper dubious and wicked with it, right? And obviously these men allegedly, they've patterned up the State Athletic Commission. That's what I'm talking about. This topic doesn't just apply to boxing, but the world in general. It's getting like that. Everyone's just trying to get their coins in their pocket, man. It's a race to the bottom, basically. Especially with the top man. The top man, they can't... Listen, Dana's gambling. I don't care what no one says, man. Yeah, when a man goes... Dana White was putting 750 grand on a game of blackjack. I'm talking one hand of blackjack. Oh, YB, well... Yeah, YB, well, you just need to get your money up and then you can... Come on, really? Yeah? $1 million on a game of blackjack that lasts about 20 seconds. That is ridiculous. So Dana wants to dig people's pocket more so we can gamble it on. It just don't seem right. I'm sorry, it don't seem right to me. Oh, YB, it's the market, and if they don't like it, they can go somewhere else. Okay. Just seems a bit back to front. This big stiff idiot here, Dana White, bumping mans so we can lose it on the tables. Do you know what I'm saying? I do rate Eggy Hearn, because Eggy Hearn, I like Eggy, all jokes aside, I like Eggy. Eggy seems to be, I've never heard no one complain. They get paid in time, they get paid what they're owed. I've never heard someone come out and say, Eggy's the wrong one. Which, okay, Chris Eubank, but he's got daddy issues, any, so you can't really take his word too tough. But apart from Chris Eubank, and Chris Eubank beefing with everyone, to be fair, he's got problems with everyone. Again, I'd lean more towards might be the daddy issues coming out there, expressing themselves. But I think Eggy's heart's in the right place. He loves a pound note as much as the next man does. But I don't think he gambles, though. He don't gamble. And he don't do weird little plays like this either. Yeah, I'm going to change the rules, and yeah, I'm going to nickel and dime people. He's fair. I think Eggy ain't an idiot. He's not going to pay... Well, he has. In the past, he's lost money on shows. He's lost money on Canelo shows. That was DAZN's money, but it's different. It's different losing other people's money, man. I love losing other people's money. You best believe it. Yeah, but I think Eggy's more of a... I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, Dana's a fiend, man. But listen, that's the gambler, though, isn't it? This is renowned. Gamblers are rabid gamblers. They ain't got no quarrels about blowing their mortgage on or their house equity on the bookies. Yeah, so when you're a fiendish gambler, and Dana White was saying, yeah, I wanted to put 2 mil on each hand, but they wouldn't let me. Yeah, when you're fiendish like that, yeah, you ain't got no scruples. Bumping some man. You got bills to pay, man. You probably got $50 million debt somewhere. So that's only what? That's maybe not that much, but yeah, he's only got to have 10 bad hands on a game of 21, and he's 10 mil down, right? So yeah, obviously Turkey is related to this because it's their new venture they're setting up. I mean, I have to be honest, there is undertones of wickedness there, and this is what I'm saying as regards to this pay-per-view thing. I don't want to believe it, but if Turkey was really principled, he'd say, listen, Dana, go into boxing and just... You ain't got to... Listen, to be fair, UFC fighters don't complain. Dana White alleges there's no NDA. They can come out and disclose what they've made. No one's really done that. That's always what's made me question. They say, oh, the UFC fighters don't get paid right. I've never heard of any of them come out and say they ain't paid me right. Although I think Anderson Silva won about a $10 million judgment. in a big class action lawsuit against the UFC for being underpaid. So that in itself, the lawsuit is the lawsuit. You best believe Dana or the UFC would have had the best lawyers. So to lose that lawsuit, it implies they was doing some icky shit. So on that basis, why is Turkey working? I like Dana though. There's arguments to the other side. I think some fighters are overpaid, like Ryan Garcia. Don't do nothing and get paid loads of money. So that don't sit right with me either. The fact Dana White's pilfering cash from fighters and losing it on the tables ain't right, which is true. Equally, Ryan Garcia, what's he doing? He made 20 mil for doing nothing. That's just as bad. So it's one of them ones. If Dana White can come in there and Turkey can come in there and get these men to fight, I couldn't care how much they make because they're making more than me. You ain't starving. You're not going to starve if you're fighting there. I'm starving, man. You see that one there? All you're doing is playing some moody sports. It's not hard. It's fun. Like I always say, we have to do that on top. We have to do some little shitty job. And then sport is extracurricular, so don't cry me a river. Oh yeah, we only made 2 mil for a night's work. Oh, what do you want? What do you want, a tissue? My heart bleeding. I only made 500 large for 3 months' work at the most. You see what I mean? It's a bit hard to resonate with. Now, there should be more incentives for good fights. Does that make sense? If you really come and give it, they should really reward that. That's how the UFC model should work. He gives the Moody 50 grand, 100 grand, but that ain't really touching the sides, is it, if we're honest? It should be like, I don't know how much them shows make, but it should be like, whoa, I've really hit a lick there. If you put on 50, 100 grand is a 50, 100 grand. I mean, I'd take it. That's like 2 years' work for the YB, man. A good 2 years' work of that 50 large, but obviously for athletes it's different. Anyway, let's see how it plays out. Let's hope this ain't the start of the wickedness train, though. Let's hope it don't get worse from here. And if it comes out the pay-per-view is on, if it comes out the pay-per-view is $25 on November 25th, that is certainly a red flag. Tail lie. That will be the final statement that, okay, it's going full dystopic. But until then, we have to hold our breath, I guess. Anyway, I'm out of here, folks. Smash the like button, subscribe. Click this button right here, man. Yeah? Bare exclusive videos out here, man. Look at these videos. Let me put you, man, on with these videos right here. Exclusive content. X-rated content that can't be talked about. We can't talk about it on JTube. So we have to go over here to an X-rated platform, allegedly. Look at these videos, man. We've got bare videos here, man. We've got bare video expose, bosh. Anyway, I'm out of here. Johnny.